lot of things have changed, but some things have stayed exactly the same. You're at the Moxie in Washington, D.C. for Otakon. Here's our view.
There's a potbelly sandwich.
Cool. This is the hotel we're at. It's completely open with like a bar and shit. It's pretty based, honestly. Would you say?
It's pretty kawaii.
Would you say it's based?
If based is a see-through shower, then yes.
As is customary, after making a 3-hour drive listening to all of my favorite anime songs the whole way there, I got my badges relatively early in the afternoon on Thursday. There were some events going on at the Library of Congress a 30-minute walk away, but otherwise nothing really going on Thursday night.
Should I rate Pantsu or May?
I'm gonna rate
Your real
both.
name is on there somewhere.
Yeah. Going up the escalator. We got our press badges.
Legit.
Now I'm real press. And this place is really big, and I like it.
Are you afraid anybody's gonna like call you a lolicon and throw shit at you? I'll dive
No.
in front of you.
Nobody who would have the balls to do anything.
I'll fight him. I've been looking. I'm not afraid you're gonna run into Barack Obama.
I thought we were going to Japan, but we ended up in China.
It's funny how we need to put time in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it all. Whenever you are, whenever you are, wherever you are. We can keep walking and we can't get far. The ultimate reward is all about awards. And rise with the times, awards with no laws. Freelance, a bad drive, a heart make a dove fly and a tear dry. Wonder why low rope don't roll with the clan. And trust instincts and we go with the plan. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, some up, some down. The songs of the battle cry. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, listen, some bleed, some up, some down. The songs of the battle cry.
You know who in the crowd and ain't a master of the ceremony. Over microphone controller, you are not an MC. So don't ever disrespect the homie, world class title holder, born and raised in MD. Known to get the party poppin' quick at this stripper with vodka in it, so they gon' clap for me.
Very briefly saw Shingo 2 and saw a little bit more of Substantial doing their Nujabes. So it took a long time for me to completely comprehend what we were going to. But it was a show, so I guess they had like a panel about the combination of Japanese and African American music at the Library of Congress, and then a show in the yard after it with all the people who were on the panel. And then the same people are going to do a show tomorrow at Otakon.
It would have been cool to see the panel, but there's no way
Yeah.
we would have had time.
Otakon Day 1 proper. It's only like 9, not even 9 in the morning, or just after 9 in the morning. Just saw Kikukoi Noe. So what was your impression of seeing your first Japanese voice actress panel?
It was really kind of neat because I've been to conventions like at college where they had guest speakers, but like through a translator, it was pretty neat. I wasn't expecting it to be like that, even though I've seen things similar to that. They don't usually have it be just a Q&A like that. Yeah.
I guess just because she's gonna later be doing a panel with like the producer of Mix, so that one would probably be a little more organized or have like a before the Q&A section.
To see what the crowd would be for that panel. Like
probably like mostly the same people who were at the one we just went to, but like slightly less.
Out.
Yeah, just
less
like
cosplayers.
Definitely not as big as it was in Baltimore.
This is humongous. This is unfathomable.
It's a lot more spacious, which is really nice, because it used to be that those things were way closer together, and you would just be running into people
Right?
constantly.
Is that it? No, it's not. It just looks
Actually,
like
is this the artist alley?
Yeah, this has to be.
That's why. This is not the dealer's room. This is just the artist
well,
alley.
that's cool. I'm gonna look at everything free here and buy it all.
Show the badges. Thank you.
Yeah, what's more
Excuse me. Yes, sir.
Why not?
Because it's for security.
Okay. All right.
We gotta get
Now-
like extra special press badge. the
Now
next
it's
time.
now it's real.
It's very far.
Well, let's go in. If you're like me, Kinokuniya is where you're definitely gonna end up buying something. Maybe it's one of his students.
Shintaro Kago.
Oh my god!
Oh my
They
god.
actually have a Shintaro Kago book.
I want it. I want it. I need it. I need it. I need
Get
it.
for sure. We fucking scoured the LA Kinokuniya looking
Yeah,
for
no
anything
Shintaro
Shintaro
Kago.
Kago.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
fuck yeah. Oh, this is what I come for. She's getting her head sawed off.
Yeah, that's that I saw. Oh my god.
How does it feel to be in a pre-kill paradise?
My heart is going to
Sailor Moon Good Night Sleeping Bra.
Does it come with matching panties?
I guess it's just a bra that doesn't work. This is my first time coming to Otakon with a woman who would actually stop and look at the kimono robe.
I feel like it's cultural appropriation
I like this.
to have one.
Oh, look at this. Look
Yes.
at this. I might have to get that for the porno pagoda.
Yeah. I approve.
Look at Shiro's ass. We have made it into Oni-chan's exclusive hidden hentai.
Celebrating a moment like this is the best feelings ever. Please groove and dance to all music tonight.
Much as I appreciate the Death Parade ED and Bradio was putting on a hell of a show, they're not really my type of music, whereas That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is a show that I greatly enjoyed. The assistant director, character designer, and voice of Ranga were all doing a panel together, so we decided to bomb into that, and I just wanted to ask them what inspired them to do such a damn good job on an isekai anime of all things.
Hello. So the sort of isekai light novel adaptations have become very frequent lately, and a lot of the ones that come out don't have nearly the amount of like aesthetic consideration put into them as your show. And it seems like a lot of love and passion was put into this project. So I'm wondering why, in particular, did you guys work so hard on this show? Was it just like trying to prove yourselves or like make a mark, or did you just think that would be the best way for it to sell, or why? What was the motivation to work so hard, basically?
When I first got offered the job to work on Tensta, I read the novels, I read the manga, and I loved it. And when you are in love, with a work, and when you have the task to animate it, you can't do a half-hearted job. You have to put all your effort into it. So I did it for the existing fans. I did it for myself as a fan of the work, and I hope that other people would become fans of the work just as much through the show.
I'm very glad that you were chosen to adapt it in that case.
Cherish for the Rome, Paris, Amsterdam, or Japan, please you know that I am. Think about my baby as much as humanly possible. Wanna know you're frustrated, cause like there's so many obstacles. But this is for the things I'm saying enough. Waiting for the day to touch your lips to mine, eclipse all alone. I see you soon, but talk to you sooner. This is for the things I'm saying enough. Waiting for the day to touch your lips to mine, eclipse all alone. I see you soon, but ain't a soldier to the war's bars. This in the drum, think about the pain, wonder about the flaws. Think you know what it's mean. How did you roll your baby boy get in his house for? Second place, the winner of the rest of the boy. New game style, with millennium round state. That's for meditation, not for the meditation. No, that ain't an analogy of me. That's a true that. That's a real, I'm gonna really, you know what? It's chop, chop, chop. You know Fred. Chop, chop, chop. You know Fred. Chop, chop, chop. You know Fred. Chop, chop, chop. You know Fred.
What it is to be a history, a quarter of a century reality. Love and chemistry, see, ain't no mystery.
Because you heard it from hearsay. A jam that you love that don't be getting no airplay. That's what my competition ain't playing the fair way. Thinking that they can slip this shit, that's on a rare day. This is that full back of getting big in the stairway. The play with the real lions in the damn lane. 200 from the goal, yes it was a dead day. Too many in the crew, and y'all got a share play. Ash vision is bigger, shape on this picture. I use my signature to stand me as a big in the chair. Grandfather in charge of CLR, the constituents got on and stuff.
Some fight, some bleed, some up and some down. The sons of a battle cry. Some day, some nights, some live, some die. In the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, some up and some down. The sons of a battle cry. What? The daughters of the battle cry. What? It's the mothers of the battle cry. What? It's the fathers of the battle cry. What? MCs of the battle cry. What? DJs of the battle cry. What? B-boys of the battle cry, what? B-girls of the battle cry, what? DC with the battle cry, what? Otakon with the battle cry, what? It's the people of the battle cry, what? It's the nation of the battle cry. Thank you so much.
Kaoru Wada is one of my favorite anime soundtrack composers, responsible for the Kashurn Sin soundtrack, Inuyasha, Princess Tutu, and many others. His first panel was with the producer who he had worked with on Kindaichi Shonen Jikenbo and Inuyasha, which was particularly interesting to see a producer who had worked on one of the most profitable anime productions of all time, talking about how he still takes the Inuyasha crew on yearly trips, and how they've been trying to convince Rumiko Takahashi to allow them to continue the Inuyasha anime, since as he put it, it makes more money in the West for Sunrise than Gundam does. Kaoru Wada, for somebody who makes such dark and brooding music, was surprisingly bright and energetic, and even acknowledged his work on the infamous Ghost Stories, which I guess is no skin off his back since the music is great. Chilling on the roof of the Courtyard Marriott here in beautiful Washington, D.C., hanging with Paru Saro, and hitting that dang cuff. Naoki Yoshibe is a web-gen animator who works entirely digitally, very rare still in the anime industry. He's known to post lots of exciting little animations on his Twitter, but what you would best know him for is directing the first 2 OPs of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as well as the Gatchaman Crowds OP and plenty of others. Over the course of 1 hour, he made this entire animation while answering questions the whole time. Particularly impressive after watching Studio Trigger in their live drawing session, where trying to think of the answer for a question often led them to completely stop drawing. Naoki Yoshibe gave interesting answers without ever looking up from the pad.
So, for some of you who want...
The animation goes into the copy-pasted logo.
So Yoshibe actually has a couple art books, and not enough for everyone to have it. So it'll have to be first come, first serve. Don't rush. I'll announce it, so no running, no pushing. But yeah, it's artwork like that. It's just a doujinshi he did for his personal artwork. It's not hentai, by the way. So, it's only self-published artwork. So if you're interested, please come ahead to the table, and thank you very much for coming today. Sorry if we run out, though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Checking out your way.
Bring it out too.
Thanks.
Are you caught on my bag? It's fucking intense. What else is in there?
Just more sick expressions and ass. If I can get it.
Oh, that's bad as fuck. It's pretty fucking cool. Having been to Otakon many times, I am not as easily amused by all of the rampant cosplay going on all over the place, or just the enormity of the event in itself. Mostly I'm there to see the Japanese guests who I really care about, who have produced some of my favorite anime, the live concerts, and of course the dealer's room. I didn't get any footage of Kikuko Inoue's panel, nor Toru Furuya, voice of Amuro Rei, Tuxedo Mask, Yamcha, and many others, but both were delightful guests, as they tend to be when they come to conventions. I also couldn't take any footage of the Trigger panels that I attended, or of course the premiere of Promare, which I have already talked about in a separate video, but it was nice to get the chance to see Hiroyuki Imaishi, my favorite director, and to ask him a question, which we had to film on the down low since I couldn't film in the panel. I also got a picture and an autograph with Masao Maruyama, which is really cool, and generally just had a great time. So here's the footage of my question for Trigger, which people seem to like when I reposted the gist of it on Twitter, and that'll round out the highlight reel of my Otakon experience. If you want to see lots more footage unedited, I'm going to make a longer video as well, so check that one out when it drops.
First I want to say I had a lot of fun meeting Koyama-san and Wakabayashi-san at Toricon last year, and I'm excited to meet Imaishi-san because he's my favorite. My question is, so Trigger has a sort of distinctive personality as a studio that's created sort of a cult following for them. And I'm curious, it seems to have carried over from the attitude of Gainax Studio. I'm wondering how much of the attitude of Trigger is the result of bringing in new people who are similar to the people who are already there, and how much of it is more like you end up there and it influences you. And if that was like the same question for Gainax as well.
やっぱりその我々に合いそうだなっていう人を積極的にやっていってる感じなんですかね、その新人とか。
ああ、その自分トリガーっぽさみたいな。そうですね。いや、どうですか、今井さん。そんなことはないですよね、別に。
うん、そんなことがないですね。染まっちゃう感じです。
別に染まってる、なんか自分たちの中では別にそんなになんかみんな若手も含めて結構普通になんかこうちゃんとした絵をちゃんとしたっていうのもあれだけど普通にこうあんまりこうアクションが好きみたいな人ばっかでは実はないっていうかスタジオの中結構普通の人間芝居も描きたいみたいな人も多いんでなんか多分ねその皆さんの思っているよりは意外となんか普通ななんかスタイルのスタジオだと自分たちは思ってる。
I mean, mean, we think we're quite normal in the industry. I mean, we're not joking around. I mean, we accept basically anyone that we deem that, qualifies as an animator mostly. We don't specifically go out looking for people who likes those like Michael Bay style kind of action, those kind of people. We do have a lot of people, one of our staffs that, that are interested in doing like human dramas and stuff. So I don't know why we're perceived like this, but we think we are normal at least.
でもなんか非常に優秀な若いスタッフが多いから、なんていうの、今石さんのスタイルのアニメとか、そういう例えばグリッドマンみたいなものだったり、リトルウィッチみたいなものだったり、いろんな作品に若いスタッフがちゃんと合わせられるスタッフが揃ってくれてるって感じ。
I do feel like we demand a lot for at least our new recruits. So they're very talented, and I guess they're pretty flexible. That's why they can adapt to a large variety, per se, like Gridman to Little Witch Academia to anything that Imaishi basically makes. I guess it just may look like that. They're
in that case, I just want to sort of restructure it to just ask, like, was Imaishi always this way, or did Gainax make him this way?
今井さんは昔からこういうド派手な感じだったんですか？それともガイナに入っていろいろと変わってしまったのでしょうか？
変わってしまったのでしょうか。昔から好きでしたけど、ガイナックスっていうよりはアニメ協会に入ってより派手な絵を描くようになったところはありますね。
So maybe not Gainax per se, but just like the animation and in general, the industry in general, I may have maybe received a lot more influence, I guess, prior to when I was an actual animator.
個人的には今井さんはガイナの中でもまた別のなんか異端な
感じだよね。
So he used to work at Gainax as well, and he's saying that even back then in Gainax, Imaishi felt quite a little different from the other staffs.
でもガイナックスのいいとこはそういう異端も許容できる場所があったことですね。
And I would like to add that what I do really respect about Gainax is that there's a space, there's a room for everyone. Even like an oddball like me has like a seat in there. So that's something that I do really respect about Gainax.
Thank you.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. Right now, supposed to be working right now, but I'm not working. I'm doing nothing. Myself I'm jerking, myself I'm sucking. I am an asshole. I am a stupid. I got a